So, hello everyone. Welcome to the world of integrated marketing communication. So, in this tutorial video, we'll talk about the basic concepts of integrated marketing communication. Now, in the slide, you can see I had shared few references, so you can follow these books. These are authored by Michael Belch, then Kenneth Claw. We have one more book by Philip Kitchen. So these are the three books for integrated marketing communication, useful books. So you can refer any of these references, any of these books. Now, in the present video, we'll talk about marketing communication as a process, linkage of marketing mix and marketing communication mix, MarCom mix. Basic components of MarCom marketing communication, communication theory, key elements and benefits of IMC. So we'll cover these topics in this video and in the series of two videos. This is video 1 by 2, first video, and in second video we'll talk about IMC theory, IMC strategies followed by segmentation, targeting, positioning and principles of marketing communication efficiency. Okay, so let's start the discussion about marketing communication. So while starting on the discussion about marketing communication, let's talk about the power of communication. So here, when we talk about the meaning of communication, we are talking in terms of marketing communication. So how this communication could be beneficial or why this is so powerful for marketing. When we talk about marketing communication, the communication may be very effective in terms of creating, developing brand loyalty. This helps in increasing sales. This helps in improving referrals, product loyalty, increased donations or fundings. Even it helps in building up loyal customers, customer loyalty. Even helps in repeat purchases by the customers also. So these are the clear, visible benefits that we can get with the help of marketing communication. Why? There are other reasons also why this is so important. The reasons could be like it is a continuous process, so it's a ongoing process. More than two people are involved, two or more person are involved, maybe multiple people are involved, marketer, buyer, seller, multiple buyers or multiple customers, consumers. All right. And when we talk about the communication process, so it's a two-way. The process this happens between the seller and the buyer. On one end there is a sender and on other end there is a receiver. It helps in increasing awareness, increasing knowledge, and yes, obviously it helps in increasing sales revenue. It also helps in direct and indirect communication. Now, when we talk about the communication, so it may happen in direct format also or indirect through some other party, through some other channel also. And it uses words and symbol for the communication. So while communicating with the audience, the communication may be in the audio video format also. It may be in the textual format also. It may be in the format of verbal as well as non-verbal. Now, there are some common definitions that we are already aware of these definitions, but let me quickly discuss with you. So, marketing is a set of activities, set of institution and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings. So, it is related to offering that have that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. Okay. Now in marketing is managing profitable customer relationship. So this communication process or marketing communication facilitates this marketing in building a profitable customer relationship. This marketing communication helps in attracting new customers as well as retaining and growing the current customers because the revenues could be increased with the help of two methods. These are the two simple method or basic method. Either a marketer may increase or attract new customers or market may keep on working on the existing customer to increase the revenue. There is a popular definition by Kotler about marketing. So by Philip Kotler, marketing is a social and managerial process. It is a social and managerial process by which individuals and group obtain what they need and want through creating and exchanging products and values with others. So this is more related to individuals and groups. Okay, not it is not applicable for to any single individual customer. It is applicable to individual as well as group. And this is a social and managerial process. It requires interaction, communication between the people, between the buyer seller, and this involves creating and exchanging products and value with others. Now, when we talk about integrated marketing communication, before this we were talking about the meaning or the definition of marketing. Now we'll talk about meaning of the integrated marketing communication. So it is a way of looking at the whole marketing process from the viewpoint of customers or the consumers or end user. So as per Philip Kotler, this communication process is like looking at the viewpoint from the consumer's point of view, looking at the marketing process from the viewpoint of consumers. So this is a process of consistent messaging that avoids confusion and reinforces the brand with consumers over time and build greater trust and awareness. So consistent messaging is very, very important. It is required to communicate clearly, effectively. Now on your screen, you can see there are some examples of the product. So I would like to ask the audience, what is your observation about looking at this image? So we can see that there are so many, like even when we talk about the Indian products or even any international MNC company having different product, they have so many diversified different product line, product mix. So what these product communicate, how these product communicate, we can observe that all these products some are somehow related to each other, supporting to each other. On your screen, you can see the product line product with about the various product categories of the Tata Group of India. So they have been into metals, IT, financial, automotive, retail, infra, telecom, tourism and travel, aerospace and defense. Even now they have started manufacturing aircraft also in the India in India for Indian Armed Forces, Indian Defense Forces also. So they have diversified their business and they have entered to the life of the individual, every customers, every consumers. So this is how the brand legacy was created by the Tata Group, and this is how they communicate with the audience. Now there are some examples I would quickly discuss. For example, if we talk about the fashion brands in India, these are Indian brands that I am considering here. So let's talk about the Tata Aditya Birla. After Tata, we'll talk about Aditya Birla Group. Okay, they have been into fashion and retail. So this is the example about the fashion and retail. Okay, so Aditya Birla Group owns premium clothing and apparel brands such as Louis Philippe, Van Heusen, Allen Solly, Peter England. It also owns value fashion brands, the store brand Pantaloon. Okay, there are other examples also like Remade, Sia Rams, and footwear. When we talk about the footwear brand like Red Chief, Kadim's, Relaxo, Paragon, and these are the Indian brands, popular Indian brands. And we talk about honorable some. We've mentioned some other also, Mufti, Provoke, Manyavar, Monte Carlo. So these are the Indian brands that they have conquered the Indian market, and they communicate in a effective way. So that is the reason that they are able to establish a good market share in the market. If you talk about electronic, there's some Indian brands in different categories. In electronic category, we have Voltas, Video, Lloyd, Blue Star, Onida, Godrej, to name a few. Even if we talk about television category, mobile phone category, AC and refrigerators, laptops, PCs, washing machine, these brands are available in every category, and like they are so effective in communicate to the audience that is the reason that they are able to establish their market share. Let's talk about one more example. Vehicle. Vehicles, if you talk about vehicles, Indian brands in different categories, Bajaj, Ashok Leyland, Mahindra, Tata, Maruti Suzuki, to name a few. And when we talk about two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, these brands are like available, present in every category. Okay, if we talk about other examples also, like we have Tata Marco Polo, Ashoka Leyland, Eicher Motor, Mahindra and Mahindra, they have been doing brilliant in commercial vehicle category also. So like they are into the consumer's life, consumer part in every aspect. Now let's quickly talk about the mobile applications also. If we talk about Indian brands or some mobile applications, you can see uh, this Razorpay, PayU, Paytm, PhonePay. These are the few brands to talk about. They are like these such type of brands are already there in the market. digital payment app category, music streaming also we can see there are so many apps, Indian brands, OTT streaming, there are so many channels, okay. Yeah. Z5, Wood, Disney Plus, Hotstar. And when you talk about taxi booking, Ola Cabs, Meru Cab, e-commerce, Flipkart, Myntra, Snapdeal, online food ordering applications like Zomato, Swiggy, they are already doing so well in the Indian market in this mobile application categories also. Okay, so like they are so effective in their communication strategy. That is the reason they are established in the. Some startup examples, startup companies are also there. Okay, Paytm is a good example. Flipkart, Ola Cabs, Swiggy, Zomato, Oyo, Beju's, Quicker, 1mg, Tata 1mg, Delivery. These are the examples. So we can understand that their communication is effective. That is why they are established in the Indian market and doing well even in neighboring countries also. Now let's quickly talk about brand communication versus market communication. So in the previous slide, I was talking about the brand communication, how these brand communicate their message to the customer, to the audience. Now it is closely related to the marketing communication, but both are different. So when we talk about market brand communication shapes the perception at macro level. So they helps in building up the perception, builds long-term brand identity, values, and emotional connections. It provides the foundation for marketing communication to succeed, okay. And this creates a overall perception like who the brand is, okay. And when we talk about marketing communication, it's slightly different, okay. It Marketing communication converts the perception into action, okay. So perception is developed with the help of the brand communication. Brand helps in building the perception, and marketing communication helps into action at micro level. So marketing communication or integrated marketing communication works at micro level, whereas brand communication works at macro level. So marketing communication is about what is sales. Okay, so this leverages the perceptions for specific goal, like for purchases or for sign up, or motivating customer to take actions. Action may be buying actions or repeat purchase also. Now let's talk about a comparison of brand communication and market communication. So on the screen you can see there is a comparative table. There are parameters like basis of comparison like primary focus, core objectives, nature of message, example message, scope, time origin, consistency, key point, measurement metrics, strategic orientation, frequency of change, and role in IMC. So we can compare brand communication as well as marketing communication. If we talk about some example, so let's talk about the Apple. So Apple is innovative, premium, and user friendly. Okay, so if we talk from brand communication point of view, it says Apple is innovative, premium, and user friendly. Now let's talk from the marketing communication MarCom perspective is like buy a new iPhone today with so and so XYZ discount. So now there is a difference between both the messages. Okay, in the first one, it talks about the brand, it communicates about the brand, whereas in the second message which says that buy the new iPhone today with so and so XYZ amount or of discount, that motivates customer to take a action. So when we want the consumer to take some action or buying action or repeat purchase, then we focus more on marketing communication. Whereas when we want to build a brand image, we communicate about the brand, and we want to develop a brand image, then we focus on brand communication. Now on your screen you can see an image. So this is about communication or marketing activities. So how do we communicate? How do marketer communicates? There is a composition of different components, tools, or elements in the communication mix. You are aware of the promotion mix, which broadly talks about advertising, sales promotion, publicity and public relation, personal selling, direct marketing. But there are some additional components also in marketing communication that makes the communication effective. Now in the screen you can see the communication or marketing activity. So it is a question for you to think. How do we communicate? How do a marketer communicate effectively? Now this is the image on the screen. You can see if a product, generally we have seen so many times, and this strategy is so effective also. When we see that a product is discounted, the customer base increases. If a product is sold at its original price, it may not be able to attract the customer unless it is not so necessary product or product of necessity. But if a product is labeled after some discount, or it is overpriced initially and some discount is offered, so it changes the positioning, it changes the communication process, and it definitely attracts more and more customers. On your screen you can see some more examples of sales promotion, how this sales promotion facilitates the marketing communication process. Some more examples in the bottom of the slide. You can see offer type 60% plus 20%. Now such type of offers or such type of communication techniques are very effective. We can see for a very instantly, if someone looks at this, so he or she may think that okay, 60 plus 20 maybe 80% discount. But if we thoroughly look at this, we think over this, we'll see that discount is actually 72% only. But again, this is a communication technique to attract more and more customer, more and more audience consumers. One more image is shared with you. You can see so many products are properly merchandised, displayed in a some departmental store or some supermarket. Now, what is the objective to share this image? What these objects or products are doing? What is happening? See, we can understand, we can realize that each product is trying to communicate, each product is trying to say, buy me, please buy me. So what is this? This is like communication of needs. So you can see at many department stores, supermarket, these products are so nicely arranged, displayed to motivate, to encourage, to develop a greed of buying more, buying different products. So that is the reason this communication becomes so useful or helpful for the marketer. So communication is a act or instant of transmitting. It is a verbal or written message, a process by which information is exchanged between individual through a common term of symbol, sign, or behavior. Also exchange of information. So a system for communicating. It is a system of routes for moving troops, supplies, and vehicle. But when we talk about marketing communication, it is again related, but it is a bit different also. So technique of expressing idea effectively using the technology of transmission of information. So we talked about the meaning of communication in the previous slide. Now marketing communication. So marketing communication is a process by which product information is transmitted to the target audience. So there are three components involved in the marketing communication process. Product or the offering, it may be services also, and information, the flow of information or the flow of content or the message. Third one is the target audience or the consumer or the customer. Okay, so this is how we communicate in the marketing communication process, and there are three components: product, information, and target audience. Now, quite often we come across magical words used in the marketing communication. So let me quickly talk about that also. For example, ये दिल मांगे मोह, let's go sky, आपकी अपनी दुकान, as per Amazon, दोस्ती, friend, on हर कदम देश के नाम. Okay, Daksha, assurance, and even we have heard that दीवारें बोल उठेगी, something like that, these such type of taglines also. So used by these are these examples or such type of communication is maybe depending upon the type of different in the language, different languages also are used by the marketer to establish a connect with the audience, with the customers, so that the brand may communicate. To this facilitates the brand communication process so that they may be able to establish a connect with the consumers. Now on your screen there are some more images. Okay, so they you can have a look at these images, and yes, of course, they communicate with the audience, and their communication is so effective that they are able to establish a connect with the consumer customer. Now, this is about marketing versus communication. So, we have been talking about marketing, meaning of marketing, concepts of marketing. Now, communication is also discussed. Now, let's collaborate, let's overlap. let's think about the talk about the overlap between marketing and communication, which reflects the shared goal. So, for example, when determining how to package and how to deliver a product, so marketer inherently consider the what message is being communicated, blurring the lines between these functions. Okay, so like this comes into existence, the marketing communication roles become important when we need to think about how to package and how to deliver that product. Developing a product or creating a offering is okay, that is a part of market, but when it comes to selling the product to the market or to the consumer, or identifying the consumer or packaging it, then the concept of communication becomes very important. So marketing is about activities that package and deliver a product, services, or offering to the targeted customer. Whereas when we talk about communication or marketing communication in specific, it is dissemination of messages to the company's targeted internal or external audience in order to reinforce its position and value. Now on the screen you can see marketing mix. So when we talk about marketing mix, sometimes four P's are discussed, sometimes seven P's are discussed. But because of the dynamic conditions and the prevailing condition in the market, even across the global level, also different countries also. These days the marketer talk about seven P's. Okay, so product, price, place, promotion. So let's move ahead and talk about the promotion mix or the promotion. But here we are more concerned about marketing communication. So promotion mix or the marketing communication, both are closely related. There are some additional tools included in the communication mix. So when we talk about promotion mix, this includes advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, and public relation. But there are some other tools also that are included in communication mix. So these are the different P's or the basic P's of marketing. They communicate, these P's communicates the message of company's offering while determining how to package and deliver. The marketer need to determine what to communicate. So when a company or a marketer want to determine how to package and deliver, then marketer need to determine what to communicate. Okay. Now, while communicating, we need to think about these different five W concepts. Okay, so we talked about the marketing, we talked about the communication, but how to communicate, how to make our communication effective. Then we need to consider a toolkit of these five W. Whom is the marketer? Who is going to communicate? What to be communicated is about content, it is about message, and when is the timing of the communication, because the person for whom the communication is meant, he or she has to be readily available to get the communication. If we talk about the consumer, so consumer must be ready to accept or ready to pay attention to that communication. So timing is very important. Where is the location, how you can, and which location you can tap the audience, you can reach to the desired customer targeted audience, and why is the reason. There could be different reasons of communication, why we want to communicate. We interested to inform the consumers about our products, our services offering, or are we interested to give a reminder to the audience about our product and services. So informing may be an objective, reminding may be an objective, or even we may be looking forward to persuade our customers, our audience, about using our product and services. So these are the different reasons. So while communicating in the market, a marketer must keep these five W's in mind. Like these five W's must be considered by the market. Now on your screen, you can see these are the additional tools. Okay, we talked about the promotion mix tool, but there are some other tools also that could be added to develop the basket of integrated marketing communication tool. These may be sponsorship, even social media marketing also, mobile marketing also. So like if we combine social media marketing and mobile marketing, then we can call it as a digital marketing also. Even direct marketing is also part of IMC tool, integrated marketing tool. Again, there is a different image similar to previous one, but there are, you can see two more components like packaging and internet. Although there are not limited components, but when we talk about IMC tool, there are so many tools are coming up because of the dynamic conditions, and not only the traditional tools are used. So companies have to use so many different tools. Now, internet is widely used, maybe in the form of digital media, digital advertising. So these are the three objectives or three basic objectives of marketing communication. In the previous slide, we talked about the objective also. Why a company want to communicate with the audience. So informing may be objective, persuading may be objective, reminding may be objective. So product launch phase, explanation of product and features and benefits. This could be the reasons when company want to inform, or while informing, while a company is having informing as a key objective. So these are the 3 pointers, 2 pointers where the company is looking forward. Product launch phase, maybe it may be related to the explanation of the product features and benefits also. So informing about company could be again informing about the company's past history, or the company area where the company has been involved, or the company background, creating a company brand image could be a objective. Now, when we talk about persuading, so company may be like, if a company is interested into communicate about the product maturity phase, or like company is already conquer the market, or company has already been into market for a long time, and its product line is going through a maturity phase, then company may be interested to persuade customers, audience, to continue with the company. Okay, so this applies to the consumer's memory also, or related to a some brand specific in, in general. So third objective could be, broad objective is reminding. Reminding is product, about sales growth phase, competitive positioning. So the organization or the marketer may have different objective: informing, persuading, and reminding. And further different sub objectives may be formulated subject depending upon the type of target audience. Now again, some more components are mentioned. So different authors have mentioned some different components, but all of these components are useful. You can talk about, consider new media also. Okay, social media and new media both are different. New media is a broader concept, and social media is a part of it. Even POS, material, merchandising, sponsorship. So these are the tools that are widely used in, or could be used in marketing communication. Some more tools are mentioned. So these are mentioned in mentioned by different authors. Now let's quickly talk about the key elements. So previously we have been talking about the components. Now let's talk about the elements. So this includes 4 C's: consistency, customer centric, cross-channel integration, clear objective. So consistency means same message, different platform. Okay, same message has to be communicated in the marketing communication using different platform. They may be online, they may be offline platform also. So objective is to that every touch point conveys the same brand story or the same message. Second element is customer centric. So the focus is on the customer's need and preferences of the, like, target audiences, customer need and preferences. Third element may be cross-channel integration. So cross-channel means using different channel, as I mentioned, offline, online channels. These are the offline, online points. Okay, so fourth element is clear objective. So fourth element of the IMC is clear objective. We have to be specific, or be willing to, like, we are interested to persuade the audience, to inform, or to remind. So this may be related to sales generation or customer engagement. So these are the different key elements of integrated marketing communication. Some benefits of focusing on integrated marketing communication is like, this helps in stronger brand recall, helps in generating higher ROI, return on investment increases, seamless customer experiences, and helps in building a competitive edge. Okay, so repetition across channels ensures customer remembers marketer. Integrated efforts maximize the budget efficiency, and seamless customer experience means building trust and loyalty with the customers with a good communication, effective communication, keeping the brand on top of the mind in the customer's top mind. Now, let me quickly talk about how to create a integrated marketing campaign. Though this required a lot of discussion and separate video also, but here we have just will have a quick recap or summarize whatever we have discussed as the basic concepts of integrated marketing communication. So these are some basic steps that we can implement to create or to develop an integrated marketing campaign. So this may start with the research. We must be able to conduct a research about the product, about the brand or the competition. Using technology also, data may be collected, and then we need to develop smart objectives, like what are key objectives, prioritize the objective, and then the budget may be planned, timelines may be fixed, and a right channel for the communication may be used, maybe offline channel or the online channel, to communicate our message to the audience. So this is about integrated marketing communication, basics of the integrated marketing communication, IMC. I hope this session was useful. Thank you so much.